Hi everyone. Today we sent home in Friday folders a Star Word book in their Friday folders, and we are going to do just a short video for you on how you can use this book at home. And it's based on an activity that we do in class, especially since this week we started learning the difference between a letter, which is a letter is all by itself and it makes a sound. We learned what words were, which are letters put together, make a word. And then students also started to learn about what a sentence is, which is word, space, word, space, word, space, word, end mark. And we call that end mark their stop sign. So we went over the question mark, the period, and the exclamation point, and how those are their stop signs at the end of their sentences. So I'm going to show you how you can use this book at home, and then hopefully you can practice reading it and finding letter words and sentences with your children. So the first thing you need to do is we always have our kiddos set up their papers so they know what they're hunting for today when they go to read the book. So whenever we're hunting for a letter, we'll put it up here on the side. So this week we hunted for the letter A, and you can hunt for the letter A in here as well. So we would do uppercase A and then put a little dot underneath it, because if we find it, we'll put a dot underneath. We dot letters. Then I'll do a lowercase a, and I'll put a dot underneath just in case I find it. So that's the letter they know they're hunting for. And then the word that they're gonna hunt for, they're gonna put a box around it. So we dot letters and then we box our words. So the word that we're gonna have them practice finding in this book at home that you have is a review of one of our star words, which is can. So I would have them right underneath, write C-A-N, can, and then I would put a box around it. Okay. Now I'm going to leave it with these two and show you how to do these, and leave the sentence part out for the moment. But at the end of the video, I'll show you, if your child's ready to also hunt for a sentence, how you can have them do that activity as well. So as they start to go through the text, things that you want to make sure you point out to them is that if they haven't started to segment and blend or stretch out the sounds in these words, we let them know that there's a picture clue on top for them to look at. So I would direct them to the picture and ask them before they try to read this sentence, what are they doing? And then show them that that clue tells them what this word is underneath. So I would read the sentence with them. I can hug. And I'd point out that this is an exclamation point, so we need to have lots of emotion. So I'm going to read it back, not screaming, but making sure I just have a little more emotion that is in my sentence. So I can hug. And then now I can go back and I can hunt for the letter A. So I'm going to go A first. So I'm going to go letter A, no, letter A, no. Oh, I found it. And when I found it, I can just put a dot underneath. And then I can keep going, letter A, no. A, no. And then I can go back down here, again looking at the clue before you read the sentence with them to see if they can figure out what the word underneath is, which is one C, and I see another exclamation point, which is big emotion. I can see. And then I'm going to go hunt for the letter A. A, no, A, no. Oh, there it is, and I can put a little dot underneath. And then go, no, letter A, letter A, letter A, letter A, no. So you would continue that throughout the whole book, again, reading the sentence left to right, hunting for any letter A's, and when they find it, putting a dot underneath, and then same thing on the back for the last sentence. Then I would go back, and the second time I read it through, now I can hunt for the word can, and if I find it, then I can box it. So I'm going to read the sentence and see if I find the word can. I found it. So I'm going to put a box around the word can. I can hug. I can see. Ooh, I found it again. So I'm going to put a box around it, can. And as you do with them, you can have them spell it for you, C-A-N, can. Oh, does that match up here? It does. And I would continue with that throughout the book all the way to the end. Now, if your child's ready, they are understanding what the letter is, what letters are, they're understanding what a word is, letters put together. The next thing you can do is go back and have them try to hunt for a sentence, which we haven't done in class on their own yet. We've only done it as a whole group. So if they're gonna hunt for a sentence, we underline the sentence, and then we're looking for their stop signs or their end marks, which would be a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark, okay? So the way they would do that is they would go and they would read a sentence, I can see. And what you would want to help point out to them is, do you see a capital letter? Yep, I see that my sentence is starting with a capital, and then I'm going to underline as I go. Word space, word space, word, stop sign, end mark. And so I circle it for it to connect. So I have a whole sentence. And then you can go back and say, how many words were in that sentence? 1, 2, 3. 3 words were in that sentence. So that's just a great activity. You can practice reading it, hunting for a letter, hunting for a word, boxing it, and if they're ready, counting the words in a sentence and underlining it.
When they're all finished, they can color it, and you can even keep a little folder of all these books because they'll be bringing many home this year, and then they can show you how they can read faster and more fluently as they get better at reading.
We have a few books that fell on the floor as well today after school, so if your child didn't come home with this book and you want to do this activity with them, please reach out and we can make sure you get a copy of one.